All right, so we see a higher Pinax TV. The Masiniama, you better Masiniama Makwaba Semoni. It's quickly young call a daddy Lumba DL. When you're the baby Konya, men for the currency, Busia paying to park a pen crab. And then moment, some a few mobano, Dodwana, and I de Bremona. As you see, the latest updates, I and Saaka, and no, and I de Bremono. And it say, Yamma Akosua Serwaa and any lawyers. Allegedly, among for who is omo efe chire nwa na omuko omuko apply for a letter of administration and no betimi abo mo I take control over a daddy Lumba ni estate and some other properties and your court into omo de koye senka court mo sa letter na e be chire say property we omo e betimi I started at the Omonsa Atuso and I said, Omar started and running the affairs of that particular estate, especially. Now, and a court no say there be the because court na angasa no ono de wadi nka agye atum se papa no and I said that the Lumba free mo no ne yirenum mienu enti emu ba ko ntimi mfa ekire emma mesje letter of administration say or kono kwakwa gye estate no now one manage the affairs of the estate because say as we are speaking now that the Lumba angasa ne lawyers omo emfa bibia mai say that the Lumba empo all free mo no or the men can say or the will be to her and as one fa will be and to her wo ho enti eno ena akoye nsem bebre a amanfo dodo na ekasa fa ho say omo kan omu ehu kan say we ekuna we pre ni nyina enye bibia say ejapade enti eno na wo screens ni so no or say court rejects Akosua Serwaa's estate administration application enti eno any updates are the Emma Munti go through now the updates now the Kumasi High Court has dismissed an application by Akosua Serwaa for suit seeking letters of administration ruling that the process failed to meet legal requirements for administering an estate. In the process I know all femuno one family kwan so e wo honom enu nti omo eti ase sa de mana na je say enye sa to also say in a decision delivered on Tuesday, January 13th, the court held that Akosua Serwaa could not process on her own because she was not the only wife of the deceased. The judge stressed that all surviving spouses must be consulted, specifically naming Odo Broni as someone who should have been involved in the application. And Tibrofono Chrese. Another January 13th, the brother Chemuyana or the choir say, Omodi and some of the two just or rejecting Yamma Akosua Serwaa, the letter of administration and all Siki Senka, or Bekona Waka could take control over a Daddy Lumba estate or CC, and go better take control over no, or Ampeneso said the process of Femuno and Yamra Quansono because on courts and Angasama who said the Yinuma Uja or Chile AMU. Enti omuye sana yede na wo fa chire na oba na obeji letter of administration if you court no ho oye ne sa enye na court no see su people said that the Lumba yire mienu no ja omu wa chire pressure la ofori ata ene yama me Akosua Serwaa fusu omu mienu ene yire no ma daddy Lumba ja omu wa chire. The court further ruled that a single child cannot present the interest of all beneficiaries without the express consent of the others. According to the judge, estate administration is a collective legal responsibility that requires the agreement and participation of all qualified parties. Single child, na yeboni dino, daddy Lumba manumu bako, na omoka humbi ayedi din share application numu. Na no is it I stand to be corrected challenge for su I think sana ni din eka hu bi Akosua Brempoma ezo na ni din eka hu bi enti na kire court ne kire say that the Lumba baba ko pe enso ntimi ma apply say yemfa japade no yemfa control no ensure omonsa sa ema no enyeye enti na court no gituma eno enyeye all parties that are involved also omo ehun ehemu bi they are all consulted as an application no aba addressing the conduct of the case. The court directed lawyer Kusi to do the right thing by ensuring that all affected persons are properly consulted before any fresh application is brought. And this is any day na court no de echiremu ne say wabo ensem no egu ama sesi ene de metimi aka kyerɛ sɛ wasrɛ sɛ ɔmo ɛnkɔ na ɔmo make sure sɛ obiara ne ho bɔ ɔmo bi obiara ɔyɛ Daddy Lumba immediate family sɛ nka Daddy Lumba yɛ will a nka yɛn nyinaa wɛsi yɛn hu sɛ nipa ne din bɛhyɛ mu bi no ɔmo ɛnkɔ na ɔmo nkɔ consult ɔmo ansa na ɔmo aba na Daddy Lumba dodo na ebisa sɛ na sɛ as we are speaking now ne will wɛn lawyers ne ma abontin fa bibia metu dwa se oja wuwe anaso wenja wuwe. People are talking about the fact that ade aye ma me Akosua Serwaa ye no amfa kwan mu and in as much as the court ni ruling na ba no dodo na hu ni se emfa kwan mu na nye saa na wo se nko ye ebi mu susu hu ni se lawyers of Yemami Akosua Serwaa are trying to smoke out something from the lawyers of Daddy Lumba. Obese omo enwiwia na wuhwe se omo de bibi be ba se Daddy Lumba jawel anasa we jawel enti eno na ama a lot of people omo eka ho ensem ewo honom no na asem no nsusu ni nyina ne se Yemami Akosua Serwaa de we no application ne call ya pe na odobroni Priscilla Oforiata ono nsusu ni lawyers file is something that we call caveat no eno e kire se omo ehwehwem se empo asem na omo ede akono omo ebebo ato agu because enfamra kwan mu se mede me application akọ na obi nso ebe counter ebe file bibi foforo ede abegina abekire se de me pese court no eyema me no enfamra kwan mu eni kwase court no gitum no omo yema no na sesie no nso no eniema a ewo se nka omo ehwehwe anase Yemami Akosua Serwaa omo hwehwe epa akiri kwan ene se empo Daddy Lumba ojawel anase wenjawel. Miss Bell nyumtuni a wo Ghana ha ode nsema betudwa ono so boy Yemami Akosua Serwaa ati ese eniema oninamu a oye ewo eye Ghana ha na empo kra no osabe piem wo Ghana ho no se ohun de enti kra ma me no be piem ewo Ghana ha bio because as we are speaking now no enkebu a wo se nka ma me no hwe na Ghana for the man no em say oya atoto na se ewo honom because at this point o se nko hwe na brabom on hwe ne ho na on hwe ne ma no moving on but said the oye no ko ba ne ade ni nyina no ama oti ase ba bia enye ye ntia no na wo squeeze no as Miss Bell descends heavily on Akosua Serwaa entia no any update e dey mam say Miss Bell Nyumtuni also the need aba betudwa. A veteran musician Miss Bell has described the legal action taken by Akosua Serwaa as needless and expressed the need for the widow of Daddy Lumba not to have shown her face when the legendary singer died. According to Miss Bell, no, who say someone who cheated and disrespected you, no, and ka ohu ye no mponi kwa sing and ka oba abonten bekasa. Na yenkai mu ne yentwa so emfa emamo. So according to her, if Daddy Lumba cheated on his wife, she had to uphold her virtues and integrity by boycotting the funeral. A holiday, Miss Bell so Obama Akosua Serwaa Obonabaso. Miss Bell said that in a recent interview following the grand return of Akosua Serwaa to the country, where she was received by the legal wife sympathizers. The fact that she returned her drinks meant that she had an intention of separating from her husband. So there is no need for her to fight over the man who disrespected her. If I were in her shoes, I wouldn't bother to come to Ghana in the first place to fight over such a man who cheated and disrespected me, she added. It's a samle tofano no. Se ordinary nsa koi senka oni Daddy Lumba jaya. Na ewosenka ezie no boycott ye one eno de enkenwa no but se wasaba Ghana ha sei bema oni ne worry ye tena ye o disrespect no osa chiti won so no na eni kwan senka na eyi asekura osi ho because the first step will take his senka so ja worry no enkenwa no ko on to aso no hwe how best she can forget about everything and move on. Miss Bell saw the whole legal battle as something not worth the time and wanted Akosua Serwaa to rather focus on her mental well-being as well as well-being of her children. Enti na ono de no hu ne said dabi e wo senka o hwe ne mamu ensemu ye ansakra na wa ba be gina ho mpo se o ba be ko ejapade ho e wo ho enti no ne Miss Bell toto a watoto bi di amaye maame Akosua Serwaa kire ne say de oye no it was needless na hu hia senko oye ewo ho enti no any updates aye di free eye Misbel the camp ye de emamo ewo ehonom lawyer baako owo Ghana ha eye Chris Vincent Japan or a lawyer hedonist contrarian or say I mean atheist is a thinker writer minimalist or in some about betudwa. Now we'll try a long write up on this particular issue. One or in Chemwaba. Two, what a year and near my wasn't come, Mammy Akosua Serwaa, the lawyers, no, or more year. 1 year. They are rather doing something else. Say, all these while, kuna ye widowhood rights and your money, and then you know, Japadie. Enti enana omo this one omo follow enti eno ene screens no so no ye be try na ye tutum kakra na ya kiremu e de amamu. Also it has been reported and personally confirmed that Akosua Serwaa, one of the legally recognized wives of the late high life legend Daddy Lumba, has applied for letters of administration in Kumasi to gain control over his estate. Control over his estate. Yeah, Akosua Serwaa, she wanted to have control over Daddy Lumba's estate. Also, this move is not only legally questionable but appears to be a calculated maneuver rather than a genuine steps toward estate administration. Enti na kwan yankasa was enkomo fa so na omunya control over the estate. Fine, uye ne yire se empo bibi wom sa was no ne yedi gya wa yebetimi de gya. But kwan ya omo fa so na se enkomo fa kwati kwan bi so na court ne gitum so okay. As for now, no munko take control. Ye hwemu an ye hu se Daddy Lumba ewo will ewo hono ma na je senka. Ye hu how best I be che no. Na se nipa no ko take control over it we are. Ebeye den pa say ebesa age afri ni nsam dia ma obi foforo enti se sie ni de said the din kan dey updates in by the court no arrange. I say under the Ghanaian law, specifically order 66 rule 13 of the High Court Civil Procedure Rules 2004 CI 47, when a person dies interstate, the right to apply for letters of administration follows a clear order of priority. When someone dies interstate, say nipa ni wu na se wanja wela interstate na se chase no nipa ni wu interstate ye wo kwan ye fa so a ye hwehwem hunu se agapade ne de be fa ha na se de be fa one ye hwehwem se any surviving spouse ojayire no mo ho ana. Two, any surviving children mabi wo ho, any surviving parents or maame ne papa bi ti ase, and I say any customary successor ebi awofase bi wo ha ye pese odi na ade enti sa ne ma na ye hwehwem ansa na ye hu ekwan ye be fa so ye be che na japade enye se obi sorry ya no the letter court say court man kwan na onko take over wo property bi so enye sa ne ye no enti sa ne ma na yi ene wo se nkomo e follow but o man follow e no ene o makonwan o mo ho afa akire e pese ye de eye estate no e hye o mo nsa no mo etoto the day to day affairs of the estate no. The recent High Court declaration affirming that Daddy Lumba had two surviving spouses. It's the first part no e kire mo say kwan bi wo ho ana wo se nka Mama Akosua Serwaa lawyers no mo fa so but o man fa so. Producer man nko so kakra ne ehwe se betimi atumu kakra na ya round it up on this particular update. Enti na e kire se over another procedural hurdle in the customary requirement of an affidavit from the head of family who is in this case confirming the facts in the application brafom kakra enti na omo ankasa file no omo ko file ye no omo affidavit omo de call ye and I say omo de call ye yes mama nka na sa na e kire say one ema bi wo ho yiri bi wo ho nom. So, I mean, sometimes it questions a human lawyers no or more Mama Akosua Serwaa no. As almost some for critical lawyers ni who say yes, no cry omunim say surviving spouse or ho a baby so ho baby and it's I mean parties are they are involved in the properties. But omono ehun say sisi e de no they should give them control over eye ejapade no ono so court ne ti ase ba bia enye yie eno any assemble kwa ewo ehonum enti baabi or say this raises a suspicious possibility that the application is less about administering the estate and more about probing whether a will exists. By filing for letters of administration, Akosua Serwaa may be attempting to smoke out information from Lumba's lawyers or false disclosure about the true state of his testamentary arrangements. We a very big point. And before I be sorry, so no, no, any big jam because omo e filing way no, e niema mienu also oti ase team legal wives. Any ade or some oti ase mo amaka mo soso mo di e ma me achi no. Any yeva say team Otobroni mo soso o se mo ti meti ase. Chris Vincent e kire say ye ma me Akosua say one in lawyers filing way no na e bi enye se omo ko page apade bi e na agi na emom o be so omo fa nko na ye de kwa eniema bi betimi afiri mu apia ba because e wo se ye nhunu se that Lumba oja will and also we enja will enti eno na sa wo de kwa lawyers no because see any say Odobroni president of Oyata and lawyers omo afile caveat e di be si eye ma me Akosua Serwaa ho kwan say omo ebe take over eye estate no court na kasa so reject sa application no dada e ji say see any share that the Lumba and lawyers what are they going to say because see eye be bisa say wo ho anase wo ni ho eti asem no afa na adu ne pompon so eyiye ne de no kra de na ye de prapra kwam afa na aduru twema mentwe property ne che ene se ye de obi ade be ma no enti no any update a ye de ema mo asese de court reject enti we are looking forward say lawyers of that Lumba almost be abonten na omode eye update abrayen say we wo ha na say wo ni ho na japade no eni ho sa de na say we go through the process all the parties involved kakra ebeko e de amomo e wo honom so far as we speak no the court ne de onim say yerenum ni ye mienu nti japade ne ye cha yerenum mienu e na ye che e de ama omo aha e Pinax TV updates from DL ne yere no mienu ene na japade mu che ene ye de abramu ye be di nsam na chi na de be firi mu ababia ye de abramu ye da masede mu be si he ya